What's up, YouTube? Coming at you with another video. Um, I've been seeing a lot on the news and YouTube channels about the sanctuary cities that aren't going to uh, enforce these unconstitutional restrictions on businesses and masks and social distancing and so forth, so on. I just want to reiterate, why the fuck do we have sanctuary cities against this shit? It's a free goddamn country, and I don't understand why there's sanctuary This is a sanctuary country. We don't need these sanctuary. We have the Bill of Rights that guarantee us inalienable rights as an American. Why are we having sanctuary cities? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, it does, because we have a tyrannical government that all they want is your wealth. We came to these Americas, we fought for it, and we deserve what this country has to offer. Not the government. The government hijacked the Bill of Rights, the Bill of Rights Constitution, while our forefathers were fighting and dying for our rights. And for that, what do? We get to go to jail for not wearing a mask when some fucking miscreant motherfucker who's fucking raped a child gets to walk out. And this is the funny part about it, right? They want us to wear masks in society. Well, if masks work so good, why aren't the prisoners fucking given masks and kept in fucking jail where they belong? Now, just because you're a prisoner, I'm not saying you're a bad person. You might be in there for some bullshit law that the government came up with so that you are in the prison industrial complex, so that way more revenue could be made for the government or more revenue could be made for the corporation. Okay? So I'm not saying just because you're in prison you're a bad person. There are people that deserve to be there. But I'll tell you what, if we were running under the law of the land, the Bill of Rights, these motherfuckers wouldn't be locked up. They'd be fucking hung. Alongside all these treasonous fucking cock-sucking fucking government officials. So, with that being said, I just want to make sure that it's understood that, as far as I'm concerned, these sanctuary cities shouldn't even be necessary. That there's no fucking need for them. The main problem is that we don't have enough people in this country that understand or know or even heard of the fucking Bill of Rights. They haven't. I asked a coworker who is, I believe, 63 years old yesterday. I asked him yesterday, do you know what the Bill of Rights are? And his reply was no. He's 63 years old and did not know what the Bill of Rights were. So that's a big problem. And I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I'm on a journey myself. I'm learning every day as to what this country and to what me as an individual of this country really means, and the rights that I actually have, and the rights that have been basically stolen from us, that have been taken by the government, that how I've been born into a U.S. corporation, contracted under the United States Constitution, not the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights are amendments. They were ratified by the people in 1791, December 15th. All right. Like a memo, these Bill of Rights were sent out to the people fighting during the revolution, quote unquote, but really an uprising towards Britain, the King of Britain, who was coming there trying to take their wealth, take what they had earned and what belonged to them. All right. And the final straw was when they came for their guns and they're like, no way, we're not fucking giving you shit anymore. We're keeping what is ours. Now, any of you that think you own a house, you're fucking mistaken. And just understand that if you decide to stop paying property taxes, the government will come, they'll throw your ass in prison, and then they will seize your fucking house. Alright? Understand that your property taxes, along with the registration for your vehicle, taxes on anything else you might, business taxes or whatever, you don't own shit. The government owns it. And when the government owns it, it's socialism. And we have been duped. So many Americans. And I was just like most Americans not too long ago. I'm not going to sit there and try to sit on a high horse and say that this, that I'm not better or worse than anybody else. I was. In fact, I moved to Vegas 2 years ago, and I live with my grandpa, who is a Democrat, right? Which, fuck Democrats, fuck Republican. But, he has Democratic views, and I would argue with him about Trump. And today, I tell him, I'm like, fuck Trump, fuck your Democratic bullshit, fuck it all. We are not free people. We are fucking slaves and subjects under the 14th Amendment of the United States Corporation Constitution or contract. Now, with that being said, I want everybody to understand that we have a Bill of Rights for a reason, and the Bill of Rights was ratified by the people, but only hijacked during the uprising. Hijacked by aristocrats. Benjamin Franklin and the fucking forefathers that we praise are the ones that did it. They're the ones that sat there and took and put our rights below the government. We are supposed to own the government. They're called public servants for a reason, or were called public servants for a reason. They were to serve us. We were not to obey them. They were to obey us. And you think because you vote you have a fucking voice? You do not. It's a fucking dog and fucking pony show. Again, all political puppets or parasites shit through the same fucking hole right onto the American fucking individual. Period. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to leave a link into the description from the Trenches World Report archives. He does a Bill of Rights CD. Anyways, he goes through and he talks about each individual article in the Bill of Rights and how it applies to we the people and how it's the supreme law of the land. And until we start enforcing that, we are going to be slaves and subjects to this corporation. Now, everybody knows about, Article 1, Article 2, free speech, free press, right to bear arms, the fourth, the right not to be searched or seized, which right now in this country is out the window with these fucking Gestapo fucking checkpoints and shit. But the thing that I've learned through listening to Henry over at the From the Trenches World Report is that our most important rights are articles in the Bill of Rights are 9 and 10. Now, Article 9 states, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Now, the enumeration, I had to look it up, I'll be honest, I didn't know what that meant, means the listing of something one by one, which enumeration in the Constitution. Now, this is the Bill of Rights, Article 9, right? So the Bill of Rights is the Constitution, not an amendment of the United States contract, but Article 9 in the Constitution of the Bill of Rights, basically the listing of rights one by one of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Like what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, as specified in the Declaration of Independence. But the most important one, in my opinion, right, as far as the contract of the United States Corporation, is the powers not delegated to the states by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So, the powers not delegated or not given or not basically allowed to the United States Corporation by the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. Do some research, read up. I'm trying to read the 10 articles of the Bill of Rights every day for my liberty. Not delegated to the United States Corporation by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, which means the states, every state is held at the same standard. Any powers that are not given to them by the Constitution, by the Bill of Rights, is reserved to the states respectively and to the people. And that is us, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages and sexes and fucking whatever. We, the people, hold supreme power and rule over our country that was fought for, and that was it wasn't taken. It was basically we fought a war, we beat them out, and now it's ours. We the people own the resources. So every time you get a tax bill or a power bill, we should be getting the money from all that, not the government. And you see how well the government does with money. We're trillions of dollars in debt at this moment. I don't even know what number it is by now. It's so freaking high. We're never going to fucking pay it off unless we, the people, take back what is ours. And what is ours is this land that is the United States of the Americas. Plain and simple. I hope somebody gets something from my videos. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm tired of being a fucking subject. I'm tired of being a fucking slave. You know, I was talking to my dad about the subject a few weeks ago, and he asked me, how would your life be better if it wasn't the way it is? And at the time, I was uneducated and I was unaware of what we would truly be if we had stuck and fought for these Bill of Rights, and we weren't like a fucking dumbass frog sitting in a fucking pot of wire that was slowly getting boiled. We'd be fucking rich. We, as individuals of this fucking country, would be the king. There would be no king like Donald J. fucking Trump. Fuck that motherfucker. If you don't understand who he truly is by now, you are truly fucking retarded, and I wish the best for you, and hope someday, if there is another uprising, our paths don't meet, because I truly don't want to fucking be the guy that sits there and has to express to you what you've done. Alright? And what Donald Trump has done, what every political parasite has done, is treason. And one day, we the people, millions, hundreds of millions strong, are going to realize what we are as a people, what our strength is as a nation, and we are going to take back what is rightfully ours away from a government that thinks they own us. Until next time, YouTube, you have a great day. See you next time.